host, rinimt here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. In the last part, we wrapped up the raid series, and now it's time to go on to patch 5.1, Shaken Resolve. Arya, God, it's good to see you. Hope you being here means you've had your fill of rest. Not so much as 40 winks, truth be told. You're too selfless, that's your problem. But you'll be no good to anyone if you don't take a break every once in a while. Anyway, not much has happened since your last visit. I had planned for you to meet that helper I told you about, but he refuses to answer his link pearl. I do hope he's alright. We've been exchanging messages with the Eorzean Alliance throughout. They say the fighting has finally stopped at the Gimlet Dark, and that the Empire is showing no sign of movement. Which means we might actually have a moment to ourselves for a change. Seeing as you're back, maybe you could tell me more about your time in the First? Great! Oh, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask Flamen to join us. She'll want to know what happened in Manphilia, and I think it's best she hears it from you. We'll meet you on the terrace of the House of Splendors. I was gonna just jump on my mountain and fly over there, but no, I have to do something else first. So, leave. That would help, I guess. Arya, my head's been too long. Taru did mention I would be joining you, did she not? Thank you. Words cannot well express how I have longed to know more of the First. This world, Manphilia, has sacrificed so much to save. But come, rest your feet. Taru should be arriving shortly. And so Manphilia chose to pass on her gifts to the next oracle, the girl who Thancred named Reen. To have such a burden thrust upon her as a child, only to embrace it when given the choice. In that respect, they are quite alike. It would seem her legacy is indeed in capable hands. Arya, may I ask a favor of you when next you return to the First? To tell Reen what I cannot. To tell her, thank you. And I would offer thanks to you as well, for staying with her to the end. Begging your pardon, but could I have a word? Real? I hope you're here to tell me you've received word from our helper. I wish. Nay, I've not had a peep out of him. And it's been a good long while, too. Good long while now. Too bloody long. On account of which, I'm gonna sneak over the border and see if I can't get a signal to him from closer up. But what if they catch you? There must be another way. Well, it ain't as if we can ask Thancred to do it. Besides, I shouldn't have no trouble picking me way through Gimlet now that the fighting's died down. Gods know there's enough shadows to hide in. And it beats waiting around here twiddling my thumbs. Any road, I just thought I'd let you know. Now, I'm bestie. Ah, I nearly forgot. Crowls at the stones, and she wants a word. Something to do with the patients? She was getting ready to examine them again when I left. We best head back then. I'm sure it's important. Let's see if she's still examining them. Oh, I do hope it's nothing bad.
You're here. Good.
So, how are they?
Still locked in slumber, but otherwise in good physical health. For the present, at least.
For the present? Oh no, is something wrong with them?
I'm afraid there may be. I summoned you after detecting faint signs of instability in Thancred's corporeal ether. But subsequent examination suggested all 5 might be affected. And when I examined them just now, my fears were confirmed. Tellingly, the degree of instability varies between them. Thancred exhibits the most notable signs, followed by Y'shtola and Urianger. The twins' ether, meanwhile, remains relatively stable, but there is a change there too if one knows to look for it.
Hold on. Isn't that the order they were called away in?
Indeed. Which leads me to believe the instability will only increase with time. Though I can but speculate, I fear this may be a symptom of a weakening link between body and soul.
By the gods! What happens if the link is broken?
I cannot say for certain. This is all unknown territory to us. Yet whatever happens, it cannot be good. Mercifully, the instability is still only slight. And you may rest assured, Master Matoya and I will do everything in our power to keep it from worsening. Be that as it may, it is imperative that you find a way to restore our friends' souls to their bodies.
No rest for the righteous, eh? Ah, Arya, your return. I hope your time in the source was suitably restful. Of course it wasn't. Go on. Their corporeal ether shows signs of instability? By the gods, the possibility never even occurred to me. If you have returned in the hope that my research has yielded a solution, I fear you will be sorely disappointed. 'Tis with a mercy we have the likes of Mistress Kryle and Master Matoya to keep our friends' bodies safe while we wrestle with the problem. But they cannot forestall the separation of body and soul indefinitely. Come, the others must be told.
Pray excuse my late arrival.
Will Thancred and Reen not be joining us?
Nay, milady. With apologies to all, they beg leave to pursue their investigation of the empty to its conclusion. Should matters here demand their presence, however, they did assure me that they would make themselves available.
Yes, of course. Then let us proceed. I think it best that you begin by providing a summary of Mistress Kryle's findings.
I suppose it was only to be expected that some change would occur.
Yet our souls seem unaffected, to my eye at least. How long they will remain so is another question. Kryle is right. It is imperative we find a way to return to the source.
Perhaps an explanation of the method by which I brought you here will yield some inspiration. Ere I begin, it must be noted that I am by no means a gifted mage. in order to employ powerful magics, I must rely upon the Crystal Tower and its boundless reservoirs of energy. The magic that summoned you was no exception. 'Tis a singular spell, adapted through painstaking effort from the technique that transported me to the first. To use an analogy, it works by cutting a hole in the fabric of reality. A hole tailored to the object of summoning, through which it and it alone may pass unscathed. Though I succeeded in creating said hole, I failed to latch onto my intended target. Instead of you, the spell found those close to you, and ended up summoning them in their incomplete state. I would not soon throw my life away, not after the lengths you and yours went to save it. And so long as I breathe, I will spare no effort to see you safely home. But should all else fail, and your lives be at stake, there remains one sure method.
Oh! What was that for?
How can you even entertain such thoughts? You owe your life to the Warrior of Light, and you don't get to die unless she says so.
Your followers await your divine judgment.
What did you just...
If the two of you have finished, perhaps we could return to our discussion? Rather than dwelling upon the multiple failed attempts at transference, I think it would behoove us to focus on the solitary success. I would draw your attention to the fact that our friend can travel between worlds possessed not only of her body and soul, but her personal effects besides. This is no different from the teleportation magics to which we are all accustomed. Magics that allow for the transportation of those inanimate objects one considers to be an extension of oneself.
Are you suggesting that simply by considering us her possessions, she could carry our souls back to the source upon her person?
Well, it would be nice if things were that simple for a change. But vague notions of ownership seem a rather tenuous thing to stake our lives on. So much as a moment of doubt on her part, and we'd be left floating in the rift.
Milady hath the right of it. The requisite fixity of belief would be too much to ask even of our friend. Yet were we to immure our souls within an object in her possession, mayhap then our safe passage could be assured. White Auracite would, I believe, serve as a suitable vessel for this purpose. It was conceived to imprison the massy soul of an Ascian, and should house one of ours with relative ease. We would need only to ensure our soul's safe preservation inside the stone, and identify a means by which they might be transferred back unto our vacant bodies.
Soul preservation and transference. I believe I know of someone who may be able to assist us. On the far shore of the source, there stands a great palace built by the elves. It was forsaken in the wake of the flood, but a certain Numo chose to make their home there soon after. Though they have long lived as a recluse, they once occupied a place of honor in Verbert's royal court, and it is said that none in all of Norvrand is more knowledgeable than they on matters of the soul.
Well, I've no objection to seeking a helping hand, but if they've gone to such lengths to hide themselves away from the world, what makes you think they'd be willing to lend us one?
A worthy question. Years ago, I myself tried and failed to solicit their cooperation in the battle against the Sin Eaters. No sooner had I begun to make my plea than they unleashed a swarm of their familiars upon me. Unlike me, however, you have curried favor with the Fae folk. By that merit alone, I am hopeful that they would grant you an audience. They may still be inclined to turn you away, of course, but if their knowledge might feasibly facilitate your return home, we have to try.
A grand adventure. The grand cosmos, that is the palace we see, stands on the opposite shore of the source. I will arrange for both to carry us there. Whilst thou journeyest hither, I think it best that I devote mine energies to the creation of white orisite, by thy leave, of course. The process requireth no small amount of time, and should the new Mo consent to lend us their aid, we will have need of a suitable vessel ere long. Agreed. I would ask the rest of you to meet me in Solon and to be prepared for a warm reception. As I told you before, I had scarcely set foot on the palace grounds when I was set upon by our host familiars, and I expect our reception today to be no different, which is why I propose we march through the main gates, weapons drawn. Sorry, but are we not here to position for assistance? You can honestly think barging in looking for a fight is going to persuade them. Actually, I believe the XIV may have the right of it. I have no doubt poured a great deal of time and energy into the creations. Were I them, I'm just most interested to meet with those who could overcome my defenses. As would any true seeker of knowledge. And there is little we can say or do to convince them to help us if we know nothing of their character, nor less why they chose to hide themselves from the world. But if we can seize their interest, mayhap we can earn ourselves an audience. Weapons drawn it is, then. Though I must say, Exarch, you certainly seem to be enjoying all of this. Do I? Well, I will not deny I enjoyed the thought of fighting alongside you all rather than pacing about inside the Crystal Tower. You both seem to be in rather high spirits, if you ask me. Not that I'm surprised. Your moods invariably improve when Arya is around. What exactly are you implying? She averted a calamity, and the light which seemed destined to consume her has been extinguished. It is only natural that we be pleased to see her. Yes, well, you have plenty of time to celebrate her good health after we finished here. Of course, then let's proceed to the palace. The Grand Cosmos is now accessible. First off, we have the music. It's just haunting. This music is just haunting. Our healer had to go turn off the light. So, yeah. Alright, looks like we're good to go. Should you value your lives, you will quit this place at once. Now, be gone with you. For Major Sleep, I bid thee rise. So yes, we are already gonna go into it. Because, you know, of course we are. So yeah, first things first is we have these armors that have been brought to life because, well, yeah, bring out to them a swift demise. I have friends still. I still have friends. Still have a friend. Okay, no longer have a friend. Whoa. Not really too much. The big guy can do some annoying pulls, kind of like magic armor dudes and sword, but nothing really too much. I think they have an AoE. Look how they make a mess of my floor! Swish and flick, my lovelies! A swish and flick! Never remember when the Formless Fist in this dungeon. I call forth blades to run them through. Come on, let me twin snakes, thank you. So now we have these over weapons, open weapons, over weapons, along with the two big armor guys. The weapons do have the Whirl of Rage, so you do have to keep an eye out for that. There's that tunnel, there's Whirl of Rage, oh my gosh. I still have a friend, don't I? I guess it's gonna say brother head there. Yeah, well. It's fine. These guys don't have an AoE. Maybe I'm thinking something else. Very possible I am. If you insist on making a mess of my place, then you leave me no choice. This boss. This boss sucks on melee. No, this boss just sucks. Let's just be honest. This boss sucks. Shadowbolt is gonna be our tank buster for this fight. I just had a Titan reaction there. I was like, oh, it's too close to the tanks. And Moral Anathema is going to be general AoE. Tribulation. So, Tribulation, we need to watch where those puddles drop. And... terrible placement. So yeah, if you get caught in the circle or by a broom, you get a vulnerability, and if you go in the puddles, you get bleed and energy. And yeah, that's the basis of this fight. Got the personal AoEs, got the AoE, you've got the puddles that you have to avoid getting swept into. The rooms do a knockback. I mean, they're sweeping you, right? They are going to knock you around. Nice. Look how pernicious things you are. No matter. So now we're going to have the single target before the brooms come out. And yeah, they are going to be opposite of... No! I got smacked. So I am very used to doing this on range. It's so much easier dodging on range. You just look where they're starting, look where the puddles are, get the furthest away from the puddle, and just stand there, switch over when you can, and boom. That makes sense. The switch split is safe, and your GG save. So much easier on range. Oh gosh, they were thinking hey about the spies during combat for like 10 years after the end of the fight. I'm just like, oh, da-da-da-da. So we gotta watch it coming around this corner because if we get too close, your upcoming pull eyebrows. With wings of dreams, I bar thy path. Okay. Yeah, let's get that. I conjure forth the garden's wrath. So yeah, now we're in a more of a garden theme instead of inside house sort of stuff. The bombs will blow. Problem with echoes. Ow. Really? I was not in that. I beg to differ. I heavily beg to differ that I was in that. And we got these. Snap away from your tables. Let's do that. There is a chest right around down here that a lot of people miss. Is there? Get back into the free thing. Hello. Got some pork seeds in here as well. And yeah. Most annoying thing here I want to say is the table. But everything is kind of just a mixture of annoying, really. Yeah, feel table does that. Oh, hey, that was cool. Cool. Leonin says these cretins have sullied the sanctity of the garden. They must be dealt with. The pain train continues. Come then, little ones. Let me show you the lights of my garden. Star color, I believe, is AoE. Is it AoE or Buster? It's Buster. Cool. Probably not from it. Okay, oh, the Lost Love is the AoE. Try not to remember this dungeon, okay? Direct Seedling! So these little green patches are gonna drop in the ground, and we need to get these Leonin seeds off of the green patches because if they're on there, they will sprout and bring up ads. We don't want that. We can't stand on the green, that's fine. It doesn't matter if we're on the green, as long as the seeds are not on the green. It doesn't matter how close they are, any of that. They don't have colors. Yeah, you have to deal with them. I believe they eventually blow up if you don't deal with them. To far wind. So this is gonna do this. Please. Healer! Healer! That's my spot! That's the other thing about this dungeon. There's a ranged big melee spot. Okay. Breathe. Oh, the Lost Love. And the direct seedling out of the torn. So this time around, you'll see him fall, and then you'll see this guy over here up here. So this time you can drop him on the green, as long as when he blows, they are off the green. They will always move one square. This is knockback for us too, obviously. No! Get my perfect spot, and then it moves away from me. I'm sorry. Bloom again. Yeah, so that's the main gist. The second time around, does the far winds, the blowing thingy, it will bring out second and beyond. Will bring out the blowing guy, and you have to make sure that when wherever it ends up is gonna be So, these stairs suck. Nothing like being arranged and being told target is not in range and you're right on top of it. Anyways, back inside. Yeah. Second time plus, he's gonna do the wind blowing thing. The only thing really note here is that Duke came to life, and yeah, that's the main target. It has the most HP of everything here. So pretty much want to try and focus on it first if you can. Why do you persist? Why will you not leave me be? Knight's immortal, heed my call. So if I were arranged here, I would want to break these 4 in particular, just because it like gives a decent build up to getting want to break the long call. I always focus on Sir Mothra Bridge since it's the mage, and it's gonna do annoying attacks like that. It's kind of like just AoE, but I mean, you got those autos, right? I can't tell where the side is! And by King Judgment, see them fall. So here you want to make sure you target Sir Hammond first. This is a healer. Well, healers need to die first, right? Yeah, so target it first. You can AoE. I always just single target down to the hammer. Yeah, at this point I can probably single target, but well. That's like one of my few exceptions to the rule of 3 is that particular pull. Supreme Majesty is gonna do sort of similar like Odin and such, put a little target a thing, but it's not gonna do it. And eventually it's just gonna, I think he's eventually gonna use Knightless Valor. We might, oh yeah, Peerless Valor, there we go. I'm like, Knightless or Peerless or something like that. I don't remember it exactly. I don't know why I'm holding Brotherhood, but I'm holding Brotherhood! Stop me. I see you cannot be dissuaded from your misguided path. A pity. This looks familiar to a certain Nier game. Ooh, furniture. You've sullied these halls long enough. Come, Lucas, our guests, yet want for company. Anyway, let's actually turn the right way here. And... go, Lucas, turn the dash! I care not how. Anyways, Scorching right, you will want to be on his left. Like so. Otherworldly heat, we need a spread, but do not go near the finisher. That's why you don't go by the finisher, by the way. Captain Bull is Tank Buster. be ready to go to furniture. Because as soon as you get that, you want to pass it off to furniture, so the furniture burns. If you keep it too long, it is death. Just flat out death. And that's your main gimmick of this fight! Congratulations! Actually, no, I say main gimmick, but it's only like once. And I hope you remember this. Oh god. So, watch how I do this. Pull in this actual corner here. Normally I wouldn't go that far back, but, they made it awkward on me. So yeah, this is a dashing thing, sort of similar to the Kitana Rabble Boss. This swipe does need to not go towards the finisher. If it hits the finisher, it burns. After that Culling Blade General AoE, 3 crystal chandeliers will drop from the ceiling. Not get absolutely smacked this time. And we got Immortal Flame. Healer, I see everyone going for mine. Hi, thank you. My uptime demands I get that one. Thank you. So, I could do a lot better than demolish, huh? Anyway, switching left this time, so we want to be on the right. You didn't honestly tell without even looking at the name. The way he's swiping the sword, stay away. So this time when the dashes, we don't care about finisher. The finisher mechanic is gone. Done and gone. It's literally used twice. Case in point. Yeah. And if you're not far enough, you do get a vulnerability like so. That was on me. A little busy explaining the fight, but yeah, no, you don't care about the finisher after the second round. He only does it twice, thankfully. Healer, could you kindly move? Wow. I think one of these will just stand right up close for impersonal, huh? Yeah, that's Lugus. Basics of Lugus. Thanks to item level sync, we at least get to see all the main mechanics of Lugus. The dash thing is why I hate this fight on melee, by the way.
That was my fiercest familiar. Oh, impressive.
Backlook, 'tis good to see you again after all these years. And judging by your vigorous greeting, I dare say the feeling is mutual. To be sure, a simple shake of the hand would have sufficed by way of welcome, but I shan't complain. But you must be wondering as to the purpose of our visit. We come to beg your assistance in a most urgent matter.
Shake? Beg?
Our comrades' very souls are in danger. If we are to save them, we will need the benefit of your unsurpassed knowledge on the matter. Please, will you not sit and hear our plea?
Oh, how dare you! How dare you speak thus in my presence! It was to escape such words of temptation that I hid myself from the world of men. You are sinners, one and all, and I swore never again to have any part in your affairs.
I can only imagine what terrible events forced you into a life of seclusion. But I know that the Numo are a good and noble folk. It is not in your nature to turn a blind eye to the plight of those around you. And in treating with us, I am certain whatever mistrust you feel for man will begin to heal.
If you will not be satisfied, I suppose I could listen. After all, there's no harm in just... No, I mustn't. Not again. That damn court mage seemed to have the best of intentions too, and countless innocents died for my naivety. Oh, you know not what you ask of me, what horrors my knowledge has wrought.
You mean the magical plague of Bobert? There you are. The others have gone ahead to the Crystal Tower with Beklug. For the record, I truly wish we hadn't had to resort to using such words when treating with them. I had ever sought to convince, not compel. I cannot deny that part of me is glad that Ryanje shared his knowledge of the Numo with us. Had he not, Beklug wouldn't be here. Speaking of whom, we should hurry. To keep our guests waiting would only add insult to injury. Imagine and cause most of the party of NPC avatars to make use of this feature. Use the Trust interface located under duty in the main menu. A welcome, yes. We mustn't dally here any longer, Arya. If Beklug is to hear the truth of our travails in the first, you of all people should be present. You have spun quite a tale, but tell me, have you given any thought as to how you might return to your world? White Orisite, you say? An intriguing proposition. But one which fails to account for the present state of your souls. They have become highly charged, likely as a consequence of having maintained tangible forms for so long. In such an energetic, unstable state, there is no telling what may happen to their souls within the Orisite. They could very well become immutable to transference, never to be restored to their bodies. Then, would it be possible to force our souls into a state of dormancy prior to transference? In theory, yes, but the soul is not the candle to be snuffed out and relit on a whim. Well, that sounds ominous. What exactly would rendering our souls dormant entail? In order to maintain a corporeal form, your souls constantly draw ether from your surroundings. This process must be halted and the resulting surfeit of ether removed. Your minds will ultimately be separated from these faux bodies of yours, rendering you incapable of interacting with the world around you. A cruel fate under normal circumstances, but one which will be rectified upon your return home. Leaving lifeless husks like those poor souls at the end of journey's head, corrupted by the sinews, their ether made stagnant by the light. corrupted? Stagnant? I see these unfortunate individuals. Why? Do you think you might be able to help them? I might, or I might not. But I shan't know for sure until I have seen their condition firsthand. Then I would be glad to take you to them, on the understanding that you won't do anything which might increase their suffering. It was my faith in man I lost, not my compassion. Well, I see no need for all of us to accompany you. While you escort our guests to the inn, I will assist Urianger in creating the requisite oversight. I believe my talents would be better applied to that endeavor as well. Might I leave the three of you to assist Beckluke as necessary? Let's make for Almarang then. So this is Halric, is it? Yes, its etheric balance leans perilously towards the light. Towards stasis. What do you suppose will happen to him? Not too bright, are you, boy? The same as all poor souls corrupted by the light. He will become a sin eater. You don't know that. We defeated the wardens and banished the light from the night sky. Halric was completely unresponsive before, but now... Then perhaps there is yet hope. If I may, there's a treatment I wish to administer to the patients. What sort of treatment? In the course of my studies of the soul, I once created a tonic which could temporarily stimulate the ether in one's body. There's some refinement akin to be used by the Knights of Obert. Then for far darker purposes. Lest it fall into the wrong hands, I swore never again to make it, but for their sakes, I will break that oath. It is not like to reverse the stagnation, mind you, but it should offer some measure of relief. Alright. Colin stares blankly at you. Seeing the tonic has had no effect. What is this warmth I feel in my chest? I feel warm, and my legs, they don't feel as heavy. Have you noted any change in the patients? No rise in body temperature and increased motor function, in most of the patients at least. The more severely afflicted showed no response. As I feared then, 'tis true that with the restoration of night, the corrupting influence of light will no longer grow, and yes, their bodies will naturally return to equilibrium given time. This holds true only for their corporeal ether. Their incorporeal ether, that of the soul, is not so easily mended. Which is why those in the later stages of corruption, like Halric, appear unaffected by your tonic. Precisely. The boy's soul is too far gone, his mind held together by the finest of threads. There is a chance he may one day recover, of course, but it could take years, decades even. By the gods, he could wake to find himself an old man. Fine reward for his persistence, the opportunity to mourn the life he never had a chance to live. Oh, there must be something we can do. Look, I realize this is not why we petitioned your aid, but do you think it possible we can find a way to hasten their recovery? Maybe. Nor do I think it impossible that in treating them, we might learn something of relevance to your own predicament. think on that note, I'm gonna call it there. So thank you for watching. In the next part, we will continue with the story. Whew. So yeah. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. If you really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps her keep being content like this and more. You can find the links for that in the description, along with links to me on social media. So thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt, signing out. Bye!